Talking Heads podcast live from Pattaya, Thailand with your host, Dave D.
Welcome back, guys, to part 2 of Who is Harlan. And today, we've got to say to you guys out there, thanks a lot for sending us the messages. Thanks a lot for all your comments, okay? We'll get through them as we can do a little bit later on down the shows in 3 and 4, because Harlan will be back in the studio. But today, it's live. Welcome back, Harlan. How you doing?
Great to be back, David.
It's great to have you back in the studio. Now, we've got a few questions that we want to sort of clear up in part 2, so we on this journey that me and you are taking, okay? And now, one of the questions is, which I think is a great question, why Pattaya?
I don't even know why Pattaya, but I can tell you a little bit, David. I spent 23 years in Hong Kong. I worked at the Aberdeen Marina Club, and after that was completed, I opened my first restaurant, which was called Harlan's in 2004. It turned into many different restaurants, and after a period of so much time there, it was time to take a rest. And I asked my wife, where do we go? Like Taiwan, Chiang Mai, Bangkok. Mm-hmm. So we looked at all the places, and I felt, well, Pattaya's got an ocean. Let's come here. And I came.
Why not? Simple. There you go. Simple answer to a simple question. There you go, guys. It's because there was an ocean here.
I love fishing. I love the ocean and stuff like that. And Bangkok is a little bit too hard to live.
Too hard. It's too hardcore for me. It's too much concrete, and it just hasn't got the vibe. But when you got over to Pattaya, I mean, how long was it before you was in Pattaya, before you decided to say, hey, let's open a restaurant?
I didn't say that at all, but I was bored out of my mind, and I figured, like, after the first 6 months, I said, oh, my gosh, I have nothing to do. I cannot be creative. I can't do anything. So I found an opportunity to open a restaurant in Pratunach in a condo, which was called the Clubhouse, and great. I opened up Comfort by Harlan Goldstein, which was a really cool restaurant.
And we had a great time.
Too much time.
And of course, for everybody that's out there, if you remember it, of course, it was great. It was funky inside. It was off this planet, but the food was fantastic. But I understand what you've just said about when I said to you about why did you open a restaurant, and you said I was bored, I had nothing to do, I couldn't be creative. That's the chef talking, isn't it?
Absolutely. Once you've done this business all your life and then you feel the energy of it, you just miss it. So I would cook and invite friends at home, and it wasn't good enough. So
not the same, no.
Nah. But, COVID hit.
I was going to say COVID. I mean, that hit all of us, me, everybody. I mean,
It hit the world.
How hard did it hit you?
It hit me where there was no more customers, sure? And I was very, very... sad that I would have to let the team go, because the team is like a family with me. It's unbelievable. These people were so loyal. I
think millions had to do that,
I know.
It must have been around the world.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
We've all done it. I mean, it's just, what can you do, though? Everybody, with no disrespect to anybody, everybody went into survival mode.
I know. So what happened is that then we had to close. We put everything away. We sold things, and then 3.5 years later,
3.5 years.
I still keep in touch with the team. So what happened is I was driving by accident behind the Index, had my Harley Heritage. It was beautiful. And I saw all these empty shops, and they were real small. And I go, oh, my God, this would be a fantastic place to open a new restaurant.
What's it called down there?
It's called Welcome Town.
Welcome Town. I've been down there, and I know exactly where it is.
It's right off of Pattaya Klang.
I actually drove in there one day before you was actually there, and I went, wow, this is a nice little paradise in there.
It's parking and easy.
But, yeah, exactly. It's a nice little paradise. And, of course, you decided to what? Just there and then you said, this is what I'm going to do on the
it didn't happen like that.
No?
I actually saw this space. I found the agent for the landlord, and I had asked what the rent was, and I said, okay. And then I thought, okay, if I find the location and the rent is nice and everything, but who's going to help me? So I got the whole team from Comfort on the speakerphone, and I asked them, guys, I found a location. I want to open up Harlan's, and would you like to join me? They said, we've resigned today. So I signed the lease. I mean, it happened in 30 seconds. I didn't tell my wife for 2 weeks.
Good choice.
She was going to say, again, a restaurant.
So now you've built Harlan's. You're down there at Welcome Town. I've been inside. We've been in there. The team's been in there. It's the same again. It's got your beautiful surroundings, okay, plus that quirky little bit, but it's nice. It's comfortable. I think, Billy, tell me if I'm wrong. We used to have the chef or the cook's table at the old place, yeah?
Correct.
Now
The chef's table was in the back in
that's right.
comfort.
And now you've got the
Chef's theater.
which I like.
It's like the Japanese sushi counter where you
Exactly.
can sit and then you can smell the aromas of all the food, and then you can watch me in action. So
When you say about the food, when you say about the foods, I mean, what would you say is your style?
My style now, which I've tried to brand as worldwide cuisine, because I want to include some of my heritage, Jewish heritage.
Jewish heritage, yeah.
I've made the hot pastrami sandwich on caraway rye bread, spicy mustard pickles. They're freaking out over it.
Nice.
And I have different, like, for example, beetroot hummus with a Moroccan meatball sprinkled with za'atar. So this is all unique flavors.
I'm dripping at the mouth. You do know that.
I also like
Pass
to
me a tissue.
I like to smoke.
I know you do.
No, wait. I know it's legal here, but I don't like to smoke that. I like to smoke brisket. I like to smoke pulled pork. I like to smoke salmon, so I'm trying very, very unique ideas so that the customer has a variety of food to try. I change the menu quite frequently, and I also offer different specials. I live and breathe food, so that's what I love to do.
What about when, just before we wrap up, what about when you try something new and you put something together and it don't work? Do you dissect it and pull it apart again?
You have
and
to
then
refine.
Refine it?
You have to refine.
Right. I mean, where do we go from here? What can we expect on the menu in the Harlan's?
Well, what's doing now is that I've just found some new products from around the world, so I'm going to continue to innovate and experiment, but keep it really modest and delicious, and that's the key.
Can I just ask you one question? You do vegan food here for vegan, is that right?
I don't have it on the menu. However, if the customers want that, I can do it because I have requests all the time, and I take care of them, and they go, "Wow, this is unbelievable."
Okay, cool. So,
yeah, I mean,
it is available.
You've got to accommodate
for the people.
Everybody, otherwise, why would they come to your restaurant?
Exactly. I mean, the reason people come back to restaurants all the time and eat where they want to eat in their favorite places is, number one, it's the chef, the atmosphere, the staff, the way they get served, not waiting for food. And at the end of the day, of course, the food itself.
The only thing what makes me feel uncomfortable is that the food season's so beautiful. And the minute the food goes down, they take the salt paper and salt it. But that's a bad habit.
I asked the chef that once, I said, how do you feel when you do all that work and then somebody puts salt and pepper on whatever you've done? The answer was, I don't put salt and pepper on the table. I only give it them when they ask
on request.
For it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Because that's a good idea, actually, because you should be able to say the customer, this is seasoned perfect.
Sure. I mean, there you go. That's
good idea.
That's my hint of the day for free.
Take
the salt and pepper off the table, and they won't go for it. You know why? Because it won't be in front of them, and you'll break a habit.
Noted with thanks. I'm taking it off tonight.
Good. Well, it's nice to have you in here. You're looking fresh. And, of course, we're hot in here because the aircon decided to pack up halfway through this show today. But we're sweating because of the food that you make.
Thank you, David.
Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Say bye.
Bye-bye, guys.